But where is my eclipse? Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, as per discuss, today we are going to explain how you can use for loop to draw different kind of shape, maybe triangle, maybe square, maybe anything. So we're discussing how you are going to approach to solve the problem or to write the code. So let us example, as usual, you want to, as the question explain, you want like a triangle this way. Uh, the first things you notice, our computer output, a system will be always in this format. Okay, like this is the first, second, okay, any number of row. So here you want to, let's in this case you are on to star, then here you again want to star. So our computer screens are again go with this flat rule. Okay, so you have to think, here you want to print one star, here you want to print two star, okay, instead three star, right? Three star. So here you have to print something space space space, right? Similarly here two space and three star. Here again one space and star, right? So always thinks you to visualize your output. These are the one uh, array, you can say. This is the one array, okay, that hold three space and one character. This is another is array, another is array, and that hold three star and two space. We have another array that hold, or you can say five star, and let's get another array, this star 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 star. So think we have here like a multi two dimensional array. This is the array, zero position array, one position, two position, three position, five position. Means you want to create the five array printing. One contain your maybe zero, one, two, three, and next time it will just increase one length. Next time increase one length. Notice next time increase one length. So this is the problem. You want to print like a star, then three star, then five star, then seven star, right? So not only you have to think only star, but you have to think star in which position. Here star in the zero, one, two, three position, and also you have to consider this is the, so there should be you have to print like a blank space something. Means here three blank you have to print and one character. Again two blank and three character. One blank, five character. So your loop this way sometime first time this your loop run one, two, three, four time, then five time, then seven time, then nine time. That means your loop is the here three time, here five time, here seven time, here nine time. So your always loop increment by plus two, right? Whatever the first position. Second thing you notice, here also you have to maintain one here first time your three spaces, three space. Now then two spaces. Now then one spaces. So here two things are going. One, you are going to try to print the space. Another, you are trying to print the character. Here you have to also think while is how many number of rows you are printing. One row, two row, three row, four row. So one loop you have to run the for number of rows you want to print. Okay. Second, you have to run the loop number of columns, number of value you want to print. Till now, any doubt what we are going to solve the problem? We are thinking one loop to print all the star, one loop to print your spaces.
So, sir, we will simultaneously reduce the first three spaces and
Yes,
simultaneously print one by one, correct?
yes, same. In whenever you are printing one row, first first row, I have to run two loop, one for space, one for your character. Whenever you are second time I am reducing this three to two, and then printing the three star. Three plus two plus two plus two.
Okay, sir. So the printing loop you are saying which will print the stars that will always increase by two.
Yes, right.
Uh, and the
First time,
space
the
one it
first time,
will reduce by one.
yeah, first, correct. Space loop is reducing and star loop is incrementing. Got your point? So let's
And so
write the
what are
code.
the spaces after the stars? They are also
There is no
decreasing or
problem.
they
There,
have.
if you're not printing this space, there is no problem because this is by default your screen is a space, right? Here there is no problem. If you leave it, there is no needed because by default you are not printing anything. This is the space, right? You are concerned only this portion, right? You have to only think logic for this, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. By default they are space, correct? So we are going to think logic only for this. Unnecessary you are printing something here, wastage of your loop and timing, right? There is no needed, correct? So let's write the code in simple wise. Let us write one static method void print. Okay, right. Okay. So here what you do? Let's in our case I want to five row, right? So loop for your first loop for your number of row you want to print. Okay, first loop always you are writing the number of row you are going to print. So here our case one, two, three, four times, right? So let us write the first loop. Let's see four times. Okay, five times for understanding four. Okay. Now second loop for you know whenever you start loop for number of row. Okay, this is the number of row. First loop your number of row. It's clear. If for each row you have to run some another loop. Okay, because this is the 2D array, two dimensional array. So here we have to run another loop to the what value you want to print. So let us first I want to print only star. Okay, and then three spaces. So how many number of times? Let's give one, two, three, four. Let's see. I'm start from here. Let's. I'm going to start from whatever the value we have. So let us here we can declare uh, number of row. Okay, row. Okay, row initially you can just assign a four. Okay, and you can say this is the four. number of row. Okay? And assign a column. Okay? Let's initially assign the uh, 4 itself. Net. So run lake. Let's run at a column. But our objective was initially, our objective was to print here 1 star, then 3 star. Okay, then 3 star. Means you have to make a loop something that print first time 1, then plus 2. Means plus 2 means 3. Next time plus again 2. Means ki 3 plus 2 5. So your loop, if this is the zero position loop, this is a 0, then plus 1 time this will increment. When you are the second time loop, then you have to increment whatever the 1 plus again 2, right? So here your loop, this loop which are going to print the character should be not fixed, always not 4 times or 3 times. You have to think not a fixed time, but you have to think something dynamic. Here, let's see whatever the I value have. So in this our example, first times our the first row, second row, third row. So here if I equal to 0, then I want to here print only 1 star, right? So if I 0, then this loop should be run only 1 times. It means ki if I this, so j plus 1, right? Whenever I become a, next time I become 1, then what, now 1 plus you again have 2 something, right? Second time again, if this is a 2, then whatever the value this 3, just plus 2. So that means whenever your I equal to 0, you have to run loop plus 1 time, right? Are you getting my point? So let us write the loop. So this loop, inner loop, we are going to think number of times our star print. So here let's we print out star. Let's print star. Let's print, right. If you notice, if you run this code, you notice whenever you this column print, means ki if one array you print, next time you print the new line, right? Here after this loop I write a new line. Okay, only flat. So if you run this code, what you notice, we are only printing dynamic value, means ki sometime if this is the I, let's start from your 1. Okay, so 1 2, let's run it. So you notice we are only printing 1 2 3 4 5 value, but this is not our intention. So you are printing 1 2 3, but our intention, our star should be first time star should be 1, second time should be 3, 9, then 5, then 7, right? Not here we are just 1 2 and 3. This is not our intention. So our the the loop we are writing in the this loop, this condition should be something change. So let us write here always go plus 2 and then run it. Then you notice what happened. Here, first time this will print because 0 plus 2, 0 1 2, they are printing a 3, then 4, then 5. Still not, it's not our problem. Not so. We need a first time loop go 1, second time 3, second time 5, then 7. So this 3, 4, 5, 5 happen because this J loop always increment only one value. But we don't, our this column loop, I don't want to just increment 1. We have to increment plus 2 something, right?
So we can assign any variable, sir, which we can
Yeah. So
increase to
here
every
we have
time.
here we have options. Here you can write this way: j equal to j plus 2, right? Here the increment part we can change j equal to j plus 2, and if you then run this code, you notice we have a 1 1, but now it's a 2. Let's just increment this number like 7. So here notice our conditional value is incrementing. Here 1, the 2 time 2, this will loop going to twice, right? 1 1 2 times, फिर again 2 2 multiple time, 2 2 multiple time. Why? Because here we started from 0. That is the problem. But this loop started from 1. This is 0. Means 0 to, oh, so this should be start with a, let's just assume it's a 0. So we make same. First time 0, this should be less than equal to 1. And then you notice key here, you notice again 2, again 3, again 4. So what is the problem? Can you think what we can think here? Our intention 1, 3, 5 and 7. So this thing we are, this is the 0 row, number of row 1, this is the 2, this is the 3. So think what, here the number of row first I want to 1, second time I want to this 1, then 3. If then 2, then whatever the previous value I want to 5, then this is the 3, then want to this. So somehow this value, whatever this previous value, you are going to append here. Then this 3 plus 2, 5 plus, should be plus 2. So what do you think? How you write this code? So we need, what do you think? Any logic come in the mind? How we can check this loop? If this is the 0 time, this will 1 time run. This is the 1 time, then this will be 3 times. So what do you think? Any solution in your mind? This loop I want to run conditionally. Always start with the 1, but 1 plus 2 plus plus, right? So here,
So we can run it 2 and plus 1 times.
yes. So let us think like if here you can declare another variable for column condition, right? So initially you start with 1, right? Okay. So always this your equal to a number of column you want to print. First you start with 1, then what you want to? This is the 1, then 1 plus. Agar if you do plus 2, you are getting 3. Again plus 2, you are getting a 5, right? Again plus 2, you are getting a 7. So here instead of this, we can say ki start from this one and just increment plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Are you getting? And
Either, sir, we can write over here instead of call j less than 2i plus 1, and here we can write j plus plus.
uh, what are you saying?
We can write 2i plus 1 instead of j less than is equals to. So we can remove is equals to and write 2i plus 1.
2i plus 1 line number
Yes, over, yes, over here.
here.
Yes, 2i plus 1.
2 my something I
Yes, 2 times I plus 1. J less than 2 times I plus 1.
okay, this is the one. Yes, you are trying to say I multiply by
2
okay. Yes, 2 plus 1.
plus 1.
Yeah, and that this is a simple use, right?
Yes, j plus plus.
Yes, this.
And so here I think so we need to put a bracket or not. I
Where
into 2.
bracket? No, it's a low P clear. Yes, you
Yes,
can
and
put.
also remove is equals to, I think so. We have to remove.
Yes, this is the one way where you can think now you are getting this is the 1, this is the 3, this is the 5, this is the 7, right? Let's
Yes,
somehow. So this will say ki here you are multiply by 2 plus 1. That means ki whatever the number of row you are printing, this is the 0 row, 1 row, 2 row, 0, 1, 2, 3. So here say ki 0 multiply by 2 plus 1. That means one time. Again, whenever one loop, you can say 1 multiply by 2, 2 plus 2 plus again 1. So you are getting the 3, right? Here again 2, 2 multiply by 2, 4, a plus 1, you are getting a 7. Again 3, 3 multiply by 2, 6 plus 1, this is the 5. And this is the 7. So here our first problem is solved. But the problem here, this is not our problem. We have solved the one problem. We are printing only star, only star. But we have soon need something this way. Here should be space, something like you want to print something in space like this. If you write this space here, then you automatically getting this triangle. So here we have to run one more loop that print this space. How many number of space? Whatever this value, whatever this value, this will space. So think you write one more loop here. This is the first loop for your top loop and second loop for your printing value. Now we have to introduce one more loop that print this space. So where we can write loop. Before writing this star, you have to print your. So here I am writing a star. So before writing this star, we have to write this space. Here in this case, uh, what number of steps? Can you think? If how many number of space here we have to print? If this is the 3, this is the 3. Again, you think this is the 3. So here you need the calculation formula. Here I want to print space in the case of our uh, let us number of row if 7 is let's example for simple. So let's assume 4 row 0, 1, 2, 3. Then here you have to print the I think then again this is the minus minus minus. Here you have to loop which decrement not increment. You shall figure out let's simply if you write here for loop. Let's simply say let's say equal to let's here you write let's 5. Instead of plus plus, you write the increment. Okay, that should be greater than, and just write uh, one space. Let's I write for displaying one. Okay, hard coded value one, or instead of just write a minus. If you notice, if you run this code, you notice you are printing fixed. Where is
Sir, we write K5 and K greater.
oh okay, case is 5 and greater than 0 and k minus 1. Right? Here you notice we flat print hyphen, just we can display. Oh, new line. So here what you think? Here we are printing this and what is okay this okay. So you notice again I am printing 3 times, but this loop will be run conditionally. First time we are printing this space, 3 space, that's good. Next time we have to print only less 1 space. And after this, don't, so this should be not in the loop. This should be here, right? For each print I don't want, right? So our loop should be out. So you notice here we are flat always printing what? This 5. Instead of this, why not just say minus here, say uh, let's 5, let's assume 5 and then minus this I. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, this should be reducing value. First time 4, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2. So if you notice, I'm just reducing this space. You notice I'm getting some space. So if you know, if
Sir,
this is the
we are also doing decrement in our like line 50 or line 11. We are doing k minus minus, so every time it would decrease to 4, 3, 2,
yes,
1. But why it
yes,
is not increasing, decreasing,
what not
sorry.
encouraging?
Firstly you have run the code without writing minus I.
Let's
Then
let's right. So you are always initializing k equal to 5, 5 to 0. So this loop always run 5 to 0. 5 times they are printing space, right?
yes, okay,
But I want first time 5, then less 1, less 1, less 1, right? So
oh
here
yes,
instead of 5, I
yes,
say
sir.
let's start with a row, number of row, whatever you want. Okay, whatever number you want row, and instead of this, always increment if uh first time 1, then 1, just here say minus I, first one row just minus 1 value, and now you are getting as expected what you needed. Now notice, instead of a space, just make a remove space and you are getting the same output as what you expecting, right? Is it clear what, why I am writing this loop? This
Yes,
loop
sir.
is just for displaying this value. Just understand, okay? So that we are clear. Here, this is not a blank, okay? Here, this is not a blank. This is the value. So if you just here simply one space, so that we can get our expected output. So let's come this in the variable. Let someone want to 4 row. So this code will run for 4 row, right? So how this will code run? Whenever you pass number of row I want to 4. So first this loop run for a 4 time. This is 0 time, 1 time, 2 time and 3 time, right? And whenever you this is the row 4, so you say ki 4 to equal to 0, you will space run. So this is the run your space. And then you run this star. This is run your star. So again next row, again say next row again minus I, means again minus I and space less, and again print this. So in this way you can just complete your loop. Yes. Uh, any doubt? Let's write 9. So your code should be done according to the ninth times, right? So this will print your again. Is it correct? So this space should be the dynamic. If what number of row you are printing, similarly just minus one, minus one, minus one, minus one, then equal to. So is it clear? Why we are using the 3 loop? First loop, your number of rows. Second loop, you're printing the space. Third loop, printing your actual data. Yes. Now it is clear, or still need something, right? In doubt?
Oh, sir,
Yes.
in line 9,
Yes.
like, sir, here in the last line also we have one space, but if we don't want, so in the line 9 we can assign I is equals to 1
Here
and
you don't want to, here you don't want to uh, space, last space.
yes, so we can assign I is equals to 1 and I less than is equals to row.
You can say yes.
Then I think so there would be
Yes,
not space.
yes, you can do. Yes, you are not
And
getting.
also we have to write, sir, I is equals to less than is equals to row.
Okay. Here, here you need
Yes,
to again minus one. You can say, right? Whatever he here doesn't any matter. This is the number of Joe. Not just do minus one more. You are getting the same thing. Less than one you want to run. Okay, so you are not getting space here, right?
yes,
Just here less one means ki last row whenever last time it will again minus one. Always minus one you can say. So that is the your preferences. Okay, you can do minus one here also, not an issue, right? Or
yes,
you
sir.
can simply say another way, instead of here minus I can say always greater than one, no problem. You can
Just
also get the same thing. Okay, right? So multiple places you can here we have to only control the number of space what you want to print. Maybe start from one higher number and then greater than 0, or just greater than 1. That means ki you want to, let's see, this is the 4. So here you run equal to 4 3 2 1 2, because you are greater than 1 written. So here always get the 1 less, because you running loop less 1, right? So it is clear now, you are not
Please
getting any.
just
Yes.
once can you try I is equals to 1 and I less than is equals to row. We have to also put is equals to over here.
Which line?
In line 9,
9.
yes,
0 and
I is equals to 1
okay, yes, you may start. Why
and
I am
I
why? 1 minute. Why I am starting 0? Because whenever you start your loop, always start from 0, right? So
Yes.
just representing it, this is the 0 row, so we start at 0. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
And
make
if we
sense.
put
That you can do. Yes.
I less than is equals to row condition, we have to change the
Yes, you
condition.
can. Yes, same meaning. Yes. Right? Here you
Now,
try, right?
sir, I think so. Yes.
Yes, it will also work.
Now it
Not a
would.
problem.
Now also it would be no space.
Yes, it will work. Now you have one less here, right? So you have to just here run to
Oh,
0,
uh,
right? Now you notice both are the same places. So you have to run again here equal to 0. So we have both options. Now it will work. So as here you notice, but your first you are not getting as expected. Because when you starting from 1, here 1 multiplied by 2 plus 1. So you are
yes.
first time getting the 2 plus 1 3.
Uh, mm,
This is the problem, right?
yes, sir.
Here initially I should be 0, right? Then you can start 1, na? First always start with the 1 star, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to put here 0 so that you can 0 multiply with 0 plus 1, right? First should be 1 star, right?
Yes, sir.
Just and here just you can check 1. So you are running loop 1 less than a space, nothing problem, right? You are also getting star, and here you are just make a loop
So
and
here,
run.
can you explain why k greater than one? Why k not greater than zero? So
Okay, so here I am writing a 0. Let's instead of this, okay, and let's plus uh, plus k. Just you can visualize. Okay, okay, this. So whenever you run this, you notice that first time our you are running instead of k. Yes, okay, just outside of loop. Yeah, last time you're getting here. If you're running, let's assume this is the value initially. Just skip this, okay? So let's if you write 0, that's mean last time you are not getting here, right? And if you run 0 loop, that means you are come also one time here, one time running, because your last loop is greater than 0. But you want to know, I want to don't print this space, last space. So instead of running here initially 7, 7 we are running one times. Okay, always 7 to 1, 6 to 1, 5 to 1, so on. So here I want this one should not be here. I want to space here. So our loop should be run only two times, right? This one. So you want to just minus this one, so that our loop only run in until k greater than 0. So you notice here I am not getting this any value. Here I am not getting any space. The two option here you can or you reduce here, or if not reducing here, then you reduce your minus 1 here. So I want the whenever in the last row we are not want to any space. Last row means in the case of 4, 4 minus 4 row number of row 4, 4 minus 4, what happened? 4 minus 4 equal to 0. Again minus 1 means if you say minus 1, that means what happened? It is negative value, and negative value this condition will not false, not true. So this value will not print. So when you want last value, this loop should not be print whenever in a last row. Row in the case of our, if we pass, this is the 4, the last row should be 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 4 minus 3 become equal to 1 minus again minus, so 0. 0 cannot greater than 0. This condition will false, then you are not printing this value. Are you getting my point? What I'm to say? कि our intention was last uh, row, last row. I don't want to run this code. If you not do it, that means in the case of last row, let's assume this is the, let's for a smaller number, 1 2 3. So this is the 0 1 2 3. So whenever you pass 4, okay, 4, this means I equal to 0 1 2 3 4. So whenever this I don't want any space, right? So this condition is false, right? You have greater than 0, that means this value what? Row 4 minus 3. Okay, I equal to 3. This is the I, and then what return? They return 1. If you say ki 1 greater than 0, yes. So this will print the this value as well as. But to say ki if this is the 1, if you minus 1 again, it will become a 0. This if you minus here. So your k value 0, 0 cannot greater than 0. If you run it, okay, in this case, your 4 minus 3, it will print the last, right? But I want this is the greater than 0, the 1 greater than 0, right? The point. So I want this for last row. I don't want to print this. So what are you doing here? Here last row 4, 4 minus 3, they give me 1. 1 greater than 0, yes. Due to that, they were printing in the last line. So I can say just minus 1. So always, whenever you are last row, you are getting here value good is 0. A 0 cannot be greater than 0. If you are not going to condition false, then you are not printing this value. Now you notice in the last row, we are not printing space. At this point,
Yes, sir.
okay, good. So just remove and write this space. So let's try it. Okay, there are multiple options you can do here, right? Someone, let's you try. Instead of till now, I have written this star, right? Let's assume I want to this. I want to like this way, correct? You'll try.
Yes.
You have read this. I have written this half. You just done more half.
Okay, sir.
Or try this way, right? Already you done
Yes, sir.
this way. Already done this way. Try this star. Try diamond. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Multiple permutation combination here you can write. In this way, you make more familiar how we are writing a loop. This set of questions just help you to make better understanding on your looping part. So one you are already, sometimes someone asks you like output like this way. Here 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, look like this triangle. Or someone fix hard coded value like this, like star star star. So someone want this dynamic value. Similarly, instead of I want either 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? In this way. Instead of writing hard code is the star value, sometime want to give some number. Okay? But as a full doesn't matter if you write star or want to give number. Shape should be required. Like first shape you already done it, right? So no problem. Now you are done. Done this one. So let's try this one. Okay. Let's try
Yes, sir.
this one. Are you get same logic? Here you are placing space, right? Again, as you here you are placing a space. Here also you need to write a space, triangle space, right? Here you write a triangle space. So he in this case I have written here this space, right? One triangle. Similarly for here write another triangle down. This one. And now your value should be printing. Any doubt, Kusprit, you? How we go through?
No, sir.
That, that's good part. So at least clear. Always your first loop run for your number of rows you want to print. Here, this our loop run to printing half is start. This our loop is printing in this way you achieve your program. So let us try some multiple permutation combination. It will help to know how your loop works, right? Okay. Uh, so we can close the call. Any point you want to discuss?
No, sir.
No, sir.
We will
Okay.
discuss the other permutation combination.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Okay, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.